Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the new session. Today, we will begin with lesson number 1, Landforms of the World. Dear students, we all know that the surface of the earth is not uniform. It has different features. These features that makes up the earth's surface are called landforms. So, in this lesson, we will be studying about different landforms like the mountains, valleys, passes, plateaus, plains, deserts, coasts, peninsulas, bays, islands, and rivers. Mountains. Mountains are rocky masses of land that rise higher than the surroundings. They have steep slopes and high peaks. When the mountains are arranged in long rows, they make the mountain range. The highest mountain range in the world is Himalayas in the north. Children, do you know that Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world, located in the Himalayas in Nepal? Now, let's move on to the types of mountains. Dear students, some mountains are formed when two large land masses push against each other. Such mountains are known as fold mountains. The examples are the Rocky Mountains in North America and Alps Mountain in Europe. Another type of mountains are the volcanic mountains, which are formed when molten rock from deep inside the earth rises to the surface. Mount Vesuvius in Italy and Mount Fuji in Japan are the examples of volcanic mountains. The last type of mountains are the block mountains, which are formed by splitting and sliding of large blocks of land. The examples of block mountains are Sierra Nevada mountains in USA and Black Forest mountains in Germany. Now, let's move on to the other landforms. The first is valleys. The lowland between hills or mountains is called a valley. Usually, they are formed by glaciers or rivers wearing away rocks on mountains. The famous valleys in India are the Kashmir Valley and the Brahmaputra Valley. Passes. Mountains have low and natural gaps called passes. The Khyber Pass in the Himalayas connects Afghanistan and Pakistan. Next is plateaus, a large area of land that is higher than the surroundings, more or less flat at the top, is called a plateau. The best example of plateau can be the Tibetan Plateau, which is located in Himalayas, and it is the highest plateau in the world. It is also known as roof of the world. The Colorado Plateau is located in USA. Next is plains. Plains are flat lands with gentle slopes. They are very fertile and thickly populated. The examples of plains are the northern plains of India and the prairies of USA. Next is deserts. Deserts are large and extremely dry areas of land. Very few plants grow here as they experience little rainfall. Sahara Desert in North Africa is the biggest desert in the world. Kalahari Desert is located in southern Africa. Thirdly, in India, we have the Thar Desert. Atacama Desert in South America is the world's driest desert. Now, let's switch on to the other landforms. Next is coasts. A place where land meets the sea is called a coast. Now, what is a peninsula? A landmass which projects into the sea and is surrounded by water on three sides, is called a peninsula. Arabian Peninsula is the largest in the world. Next is cape. The tip of peninsula is called a cape. Children, do you know that the southernmost tip of Indian peninsula is called Cape Comorin? Next is bay. A bay is a water body running into land and surrounded on three sides by land. The example of bay is the Bay of Bengal along the eastern coast of India. Next is island. A landmass surrounded by water from all the sides is called an island. Sri Lanka is an island. Andaman and Nicobar Islands in Bay of Bengal are a group of islands which are a part of India. Children, do you know that Australia is the world's largest island? The next landform is strait. A strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two seas or two large areas of water. Park Strait, lying between India and Sri Lanka, is its example. Now, we come to the rivers. What are rivers? We all have seen the rivers, right? So, rivers are the long streams of water. You know, Nile is the longest river in the world. The rivers can be perennial. Perennial rivers are those rivers which have water in them throughout the year. They are formed by melting of snow from glaciers. The another type of rivers are seasonal rivers, which are formed by rainwater. They do not have water throughout the year. The next is tributaries. When several smaller rivers join the main river, they are called the tributaries of the main river. Now let's see what are distributaries. The main river branch off to form smaller streams. Such streams are called the distributaries of the main river. Last but not the least is delta, which is a triangular shaped landform formed where a river flows into the sea. The delta made by Ganga and Brahmaputra, that is the Sundarbans delta, and it is the largest delta in the world. All right, with this I end up this lesson. We will meet in the next class now. Bye everyone, take care.